when we read through the submissions for the Healthy Homes Award, you guys really stood out as doing tremendous work, just very impressive. So would one of your team like to talk about how you put together your ambassadors, your Healthy Homes teams to really address healthy homes in the Clinton Hill neighborhood?
So Healthy Homes is, I wouldn't call it a program, I will actually call it a campaign. It's a campaign that Clinton Hill Community Action saw fit within the Clinton Hill area of the South Ward. So to notice the lead exposure that was in this particular area. So when they held their workshops for Healthy Homes, we picked Clinton Hill residents who attended 4 or 5 of those Healthy Homes workshops. The Healthy Homes ambassadors are also trained. We meet with them. I provide guidance on what we actually are looking for in terms of, lead, asthma, and, the weatherization program that we offer. We were only supposed to pick 7, but we had a total of 6, but we had a total of 7. And so therefore, what they do is they help me organize within the community, spread the word about what's going on in our Clinton Hill area regarding healthy homes and what we're looking for. We also want them to spread the word about how they can get their homes tested for lead, what products are, if in terms of dishes and pottery has lead. And also we want them to also do a lot of community outreach in our schools. It is important that the Clinton Hill area schools are a part of this campaign. And so on the day that we have our actual Healthy Homes event or expo, we honor these Healthy Home ambassadors for their work and their due diligence within our Clinton Hill community. I don't know if Katine wants to add more to that.
We first started this work in the middle of the pandemic, so everybody was taking advantage of virtual spaces. And so we began hosting these virtual workshop series, and they were 3 parts, and they touched on different topics, whether it was, sort of the core, tips around being able to sort of spot lead in your home, using the penny, calling the services, having them come out and test the impacts of lead on young children, et cetera, all that good community education. Lo and behold, these sessions must have been really good, because when we got ready to host them the 2nd and 3rd rounds, we had some of the same people come back, because the topics would change just a little bit. They get a little bit more nuanced. We moved from just talking about lead to then expanding to asthma. That brought in our partners at South Ward Environmental Alliance, where we were looking at sort of this concept of healthy homes and expanding it to healthy communities and healthy schools. And then we talked about smoke cessation. So there was a lot of interest in these workshops, and we found the same people were coming back. And so we began to tap that interest in more of a leadership capacity, and we created the Healthy Homes Ambassadors. And Arnold, feel free to ask any other questions if you wanted to move on, but I thought maybe partly why I pushed in and this would be a part of the interview is I wanted to provide a little bit more context, right? Like, we see the trees, but let's get the big picture here, right? So I think there's a few things to note as we think about this Healthy Homes work and the significance of this recognition. Number one, we got to thank the Housing Community Development Network of New Jersey for just being a resource to us as community development organizations that are trying to find our way around these complex issues that affect our community. And so we very much look to the network for programmatic ideas, innovation. And one of the things that we saw in talking about the work that other organizations are doing is that coordination is the key, right? Like, how in an ecosystem everybody is kind of playing their role and sort of working together is really how you make a difference. And the other thing that we took note of as we were kind of watching the newsletters and participating in some of the workshops from the network is that this problem is a big one, right? And you can get overwhelmed by the enormity of it, But if you try to eat the elephant one piece at a time, you can actually measure your progress. And so for us, as a community organizing organization whose bread and butter is advocacy, after we were hearing from residents in our community complaining about the mold in their homes, families being concerned about their kids and their blood levels, we knew, to Janice's point, that our work couldn't just be like a referral service, right? Like we just refer somebody to an organization that has lead remediation or abatement. We also knew that it had to be a campaign, right? Like it couldn't just be a program. We needed to put a stake in the ground and say that this issue has been going on too long. We have known, right, that, for a very long time, that houses that were built before 1978 have a high likelihood of having lead in them. And that is the truth in our community. And so we are wrapping our arms around this geographic area to say that we want 100% of our homes to be lead free.